Jonathan Sheftz from Any Rondo Race Series, here to talk to you about tools for gear repair. Oh wait, wrong sport. Okay, this is more like it. The most important aspect of gear repair is that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Or, I suppose in metric, that would be gram and kilogram. Either way, check all your gear on a regular basis, maybe every few days of skiing, definitely before every major trip, because often problems can be nipped in the bud before they get worse. Hear about those horrible stories of bindings being pulled out entirely from a ski? Well, I have no way of proving it, but I bet those screws are already getting loose. So be sure you have a real number 3 posi or a Torx 20, depending on your screw heads, and make sure everything is nice and tight on a regular basis. Other gear repair items for preventative maintenance at home: G-Flex epoxy, way better than the stuff you get in the hardware store. Very flexible. You can pull off some crazy repairs on this, especially with carbon fiber ski boots. Duct tape, of course, especially Gorilla brand. Excellent. Whatever kind of drivers you need for all the fasteners on your ski boots, check them on a regular basis, especially that walk ski switch. Make sure everything is nice and tight. JB Weld, I don't really use it to bond anything, but for kind of a sludge-like material to fill voids, does a really good job. Definitely something you want at home. So what am I going to bring into the backcountry with me for gear repair? Well, here I'm going to take off my ISMF ski mountaineering helmet and instead put on my economist thinking cap. Don't worry, not going to talk about tariffs, nor supply demand, but instead risk reward, cost benefit, expected values. So think about it. What's the chance something's going to go wrong that you're going to need that gear repair item for? And what are the consequences if you don't have that gear repair item? So as an example of what I don't bring with me, though I have plenty here, about 100 pole baskets. Sure, I'm going to keep some in my car at the trailhead. Am I going to bring one into the field with me? No. If I lose the pole basket, what's the big deal? The tour is still going to go on more or less okay. It's not worth schlepping around the backcountry with one. So what will I always carry with me in the backcountry? 3 little items. Ski strap, of course, multi-purpose, especially for making splints, not just gear repair. Ooh, and this one says Any Rondo on it. A scraper, or rather half a plastic scraper. I just deliberately snap one in half, save a little space. I keep this in a Ziploc bag, along with an old contact lens case that has sunblock on one side, Dermatone on the other. Very handy. And of course, duct tape that I keep on a small roll attached to one of my pack straps. Okay, now it's decision-making time, and of course we have the scale of truth. So the way I have it set up is a component system. I always bring this small pack with me. This is for both gear repair and person repair. If I'm going on more of a side country tour, I have a relatively small pack in addition to that. Big tour, big consequences, a bigger pack. Let's see what this smaller pack weighs. Hopefully not too much. Remember, this has first aid stuff too. Whoops. Ooh, 10 ounces. So out of those 10 ounces, 6 are actually for first aid. The balance, got about 2 ounces here. Very small, probably since discontinued multi-tool. It's got really good pliers. Ouch. And I've got a small Ziploc bag, a few zip ties, different types of cord, a few screw rivets, that's come in handy before, razor blade, Allen wrenches and torque wrenches that are not on that multi-tool, and a few binding screws. So we had 10 ounces in that small pack that I just showed. 2 ounces of that were for the multi-tool, and then 2 ounces for a bunch of little assorted connectors and driver types. Now I've got 9.5 ounces in this kind of medium emergency kit that supplements the smaller ones on closer to civilization tours. Let's see what's in it. So the answer is for gear repair, for kind of more side country tours. Actually, gear repair, there's nothing in this second kit. It's all first aid, also a headlamp, backup balaclava, and 95 just in case. And that's it, because on tours like that, yeah, maybe it would take me a few hours to walk back to the trailhead instead of ski, but realistically, is it worth carrying any more than 4 ounces of gear repair for a tour like that? I don't think so. Okay, so now we're going on a bigger tour, or at least something further away from the trailhead. We already went through this little 10-ounce pack that has just 4 ounces of gear repair, multi-tool 2 ounces, and then a Ziploc bag full of assorted kind of Allen wrenches and various fasteners. Now we've got the bigger kit. It's a little over 1 pound. Yipes. Let's see what we have inside for gear repair. So out of 16.8 ounces in this bigger kit, really there's not much for gear repair. I'm measuring here only about, what do we have? A little over 2.5 ounces. I've got some bigger zip ties, multi-purpose once again. You can use them for splinting. Just remember, these only tighten, they don't release unless you cut them. And another multi-tool. If something's gonna break, I'm walking out. Got a headlamp. Also, one thing I should note, if I'm on any sort of steeper, firmer terrain, not just backcountry powder skiing, more ski mountaineering, even if I have no plans to use boot crampons to ascend, if without skis, it would be sketchy walking down that, I always bring my aluminum boot crampons, only a few ounces per foot. Otherwise, what's in here is all first aid or emergency shelter. This is a custom waterproof breathable bivy sack I had made. I think it custom made for my small frame. Weighs only 3.5 ounces. A lot of bandages to stop bleeding. Things for making splints. I do have some fire starter here. And my wilderness EMT course, the instructor was really big on bring real medical tape. Don't just rely on duct tape. But that's it. There's not a heck of a lot for gear repair. Have I ever had a gear failure in the field that I was unable to repair, that I would have been able to repair with more gear? Not really. I can't think of any. I have pulled off some pretty good repairs with the gear I have, including those screw rivets. Those have come in handy a few times. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and hope you never have to use any of this for real.